Hello, friends. I am so excited that you are joining with us to learn a little bit more about natural options that can help support your home and health and wellness and set you free from as many synthetics and chemicals as possible so that we can live in such a way that our bodies can heal themselves naturally and find that immune support and vitality in life that we've always hoped that we could have. I want to introduce myself in case I don't know you. My name is Rachel Hyder, and I hope that you'll reach out to me so that I can meet you individually. My hope today is that this will feel like you're right there in one of my live classes at our cute little coffee shop, and that you'll feel free to reach out with questions that you have as you seek answers for your own home and health and family. I am a mom of 4 little ones, 8, 6, 4, 2. So we're busy and we love life. And I'm excited to share with you the way that some of the information I'm going to present today has set us free in so many ways. When I became a new mom, I learned very quickly that if somebody comes home with a germy bug, that it takes a week, it takes 10 days, it takes 2 weeks for everybody to get it and then heal and recover from that. And so at that point in my life, I was feeling very overwhelmed. You can't get a substitute for yourself. I teach part-time math. And so at a college level, you can't get a substitute for yourself. And so it became this game of which of us, my husband or I, will take off work to stay home with the sick little one. And so I was open. I was open at that point to natural support for our immune system. We were chronically picking up everything, and I wanted to break that cycle for ourselves and for our kids. So I actually impulse purchased my first little set of essential oils. This was 4 years ago, and I didn't know anybody who used them. I'd never heard of them before. And so when they arrived, I had this moment where I simply couldn't believe how well they worked. And then I couldn't believe that I had never heard of them. So my inner nerd, you'll learn very quickly, I am an information junkie. So my goal today is to just give you a little bit of everything in the hopes that you'll ask questions if you want more information, because I guarantee I've probably looked it up. And if not, I would love to do that research for you. But I began to delve into the world of essential oils. And I quickly learned that the research is there. And it has been all along. So that is a little bit of what I want to present to you today. Fast forward 4 years. If you look at our home now, we are free from synthetic cleaners. We've replaced all those for natural and effective options. Our personal products, from lotions to face creams to laundry detergent, deodorant, all of these things are now replaced with less expensive and effective tools that don't bring chemicals into my home. And as the one who does the budget in our house, I can tell you they are dramatically less expensive, which is also so very freeing. I took it in baby steps. My goal is not to overwhelm you today. My goal is to present to you the options that are ahead and invite you to look more into it. So one other thing that you would see in our home now, 4 years with essential oils as a part of our living, is that we have not caught anything. We still get sick. Now, please don't let me ever hear me say that I am against conventional medicine in any way. We still catch things. But the motto in our home quickly became, let's give it 24 hours on the oils. And if we're not better, then we'll go to the doctor. And so in a lot of these cases, 95% or more, we have been able to circumvent those visits. And so what we've seen is that we still catch the germs that are going around, but we have not had any sickness last in our home longer than 6 hours in the last 4, quote unquote, cold and flu seasons. And for that, I feel this freedom and this gratitude. And my hope is that you can experience the same immune support if that's what your interest is, or other things. There's a ton of health and wellness issues that you can address safely and effectively with essential oils. So I have a question for you. As we start into our content, please go ahead and pause this video, grab a drink so that you can get comfortable and just hang out, get a piece of paper so you can jot down any kinds of notes. And on that paper, jot down one health or wellness goal that you hope to address in your home. Once you've done that, come on back and we will jump right into our class. All right, so as you all are coming back, I am going to pull up this screen and we will begin. All right, you guys see that all right? Okay. All right, so I briefly mentioned before, I never want someone to hear me say that essential oils are a cure-all. They are not. And I'm very grateful that the company that I landed on, doTERRA Essential Oils, also is a company that recognizes that there are a lot of components that are a part of our overall health and wellness. And so I'm going to be referring to this wellness pyramid throughout the class because I want you to know that essential oils can benefit. All right, you ready? Here's question number one. I wouldn't be a teacher if I didn't ask you. Essential oils can benefit every level of this pyramid except for one. Except for one. All right, so let's explain what they are. We believe that the foundation of our health is our food, right? Our nutrition, whether we're eating right or whether we're eating junk. Exercise is a huge component in our health and wellness, how active we are. Are we able to rest? Are you able to sleep well? Do you feel stressed all the time? Those things produce adrenal fatigue, so much cortisol, your body can't handle it, which promotes inflammation, all kinds of other things that can trigger health conditions and complicate the ones that are there. Reducing your toxic load. Are you surrounded by chemicals? Do you have chemical exposure throughout your childhood? The answer for all of us there is yes, yes, and a huge yes. I think about the things that we ate growing up, not to mention the things that we are exposed to on a daily basis in terms of petrochemicals and things of that nature. All right, above this dotted line, it's a little more faint, but is the informed self-care block. So this is the one that, like if you're starting to feel a little bit of a runny nose or if you get a bee sting, you're going to grab some over-the-counter something to take care of it at home. And then if you need medical care, right, that is this top one, proactive medical care. And I love that it says proactive medical care because in the context of supporting your body naturally, the biggest goal is let's be proactive about our health so that we're not going to the doctor reactive to a condition that's really out of control. So my hope is that in supporting our bodies in a proactive way, we can feel better, we can live longer, and we can have a much higher quality of life. All right, now, second thing, if you all were in front of me, I would be handing you a little pamphlet of information. And the first thing that I would say is I would ask you about that one health goal that you jotted down. Now, I know the font is really small here. If you receive this via email, I will attach this guy as well. But these are some of the minor conditions that essential oils can benefit. And on that note, I want to show you this guy because I want you to understand that there are tons of resources available for you all to look up what it is you are hoping to address. This little card that I'm showing you here is the short version of this bigger textbook that you can find on Amazon. It's called Modern Essentials. It is not essential oil company specific. It's a wonderful resource because this is where you can look up major conditions and any research and science available regarding the essential oils that we're going to talk about today, as well as many, many others, and the chemistry of how it works. So if you're an information junkie, this book is for you. It runs between $25 and $30, and I love to do it as giveaways. So you are welcome to ask me about that as well if you are looking for more information. All right, the second thing that I would show you the price list. It is a pet peeve of mine when you go to a class or a party and nobody tells you the price until the end. So again, if you received this via email, you will see this price list attached. And again, I know the font is really small, but I want to point something out to you if you've got this document. Do you see the bold column here? You see the bold column of prices? This is the wholesale prices for essential oils with doTERRA. Now, the way doTERRA is set up is it's just like a Costco or a Sam's membership, where for a one-time $35 fee, you can get this wholesale price access for a year. That wholesale pricing is 25% off retail. So even just the first oil listed there, Arbor Vitae, is about $30 retail or $22 wholesale. Go down to one of our popular ones like On Guard. On Guard is, let me find it, it is $40 wholesale. Let's see if I can get my arrow to point at it. But $30, approximately $30 wholesale. Here we go, $42.67 retail or $32 wholesale. That's a full $10 off. So as the math person, right, I tell people I feel really, really guilty selling them retail. So please don't pay retail for your doTERRA essential oils. Get them through a wholesale account, because if you're interested in 3 to 5 essential oils over the next year's time, you will have paid most, if not all, of that $35 fee in savings. So please consider that as we move forward. Here's your price list. And again, ask me as you move forward on that. All right, so let's jump right in then. I'm going to pull me back up again. Here we go. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about where my initial nerdy research led me, right? When I first started researching essential oils, I tell people when my nerd kicked in, I quickly realized that essential oils are not regulated. Now, what does that mean? That means that you've probably seen essential oils are now available in Walmart. They're available in Target. They're available in Bed Bath & Beyond. You can find them at health food stores. You can find them anywhere. My concern there is that as I researched labeling, because essential oils are basically just under the perfume category, even if the label says 100% pure, 100% natural, 100% organic, 100% therapeutic grade, there is nobody who confirmed that labeling was true. You could put 100% organic on your essential oil, and it could be 5% actual essential oil and 95% something else. Best case scenario, it's an organic filler like coconut oil. But worst case scenario, it's something that you don't even know what it is, and they don't even have to disclose what they dilute with on the bottle. That terrified me, especially because I wanted to use these oils safely on my children, even my newborns at the time. So I knew that I needed to know the company that was producing the essential oils that I was using in our home. And that's where I landed on doTERRA. doTERRA is the only company that I have found that tests all of their oils more than 3 times on a molecular level and discloses that third-party testing for you to check. So I've got a bottle right here, right? Here's one of my oils. On the bottom, there's a lot number. And jot down this website. I'd love for you to check it out. It's source2you.com, sourcetoyou.com. On that website, you can find all the information you would ever want about how doTERRA does testing, all the science behind the safety of the oils, the sourcing, and you can find a link where you can actually put in the lot number of your oil, the one that's in your hand, and see that it was tested by third-party sources and found to be pure. That transparency and that level of testing and safety is something that I have not found in any of the other companies that I had researched. Second thing that I learned, doTERRA is also unique in that they source from well over 40 countries worldwide. Now, why is that important? I like to tell the story about what if I really wanted some frankincense oil and I wanted it to be pure, but I didn't want to pay very much for it. I would plant a frankincense tree in my South Carolina backyard, right? Well, we all know that a frankincense tree is not going to grow well here. And even if I could get a little bit to come up and press an oil out of it, I could label it 100% pure. I could test it and see that there wasn't any diluent or synthetics in it. But it would be pretty lame frankincense. So the importance of sourcing an oil from its native environment is something that you cannot underestimate. If you want these to get the to help you with the health and wellness goals that you're hoping to address, sourcing really matters, because there's hundreds of constituents in some of these essential oils, and you want all of them to be there in the appropriate levels so that they're safe and they're effective for you. And then, of course, a third thing when testing an essential oil company and considering what you're going to do, I also like to look at the company's practices. So on that Source to You website, you can also see that many of the countries where these oils are grown are developing nations, and therefore doTERRA has a nonprofit arm called the Healing Hands Foundation, and that is just beautiful to see the people who are actually providing us these amazing oils, and the way that our money also goes back to giving them wells, building them schools, medical centers, and reaching those communities when there are things like an earthquake in Nepal and those reactionary humanitarian needs that are definitely present all over the world. So please look into the essential oil that you are using, because everything that I'm going to say from here on is assuming that you have a pure and tested essential oil in your hand, not something that might be full of synthetics or downright dangerous. So on that note, let me talk a little bit about the 3 ways to use essential oils. All right, so do you know what they are? There are 3 ways that you can use essential oils. All right, at this point, I would say, if you were right here in front of me, let's try some oils. Don't you want to get some on you? So if you have some samples in your home, if you have samples in your hand of doTERRA oils, please go ahead and grab them. In my class, my favorite combination ever is peppermint and wild orange. Peppermint and wild orange. And what I would do is I would put 1 drop of each in your palm. Okay, so I just put a teeny tiny dab of each one in my palm. You rub your hands together. Don't get it on your fingertips, because we know oils do not need to be getting in your eyes, in your ears, or up your nose. All right, so keep it there. Now is when I would ask you what you feel. Now, one thing you're going to see is you're probably going to see my eyes all water up. The peppermint opens airways, clears sinuses. That's what I'm feeling. It also wakes up the mind. And when combined with wild orange essential oil, citrus oils are purifying. They're great at breaking down petrochemicals and helping open and purify, but they're also really uplifting and clean. So this combination of peppermint and wild orange is as effective as a shot of caffeine to your brain in an instant. This is my favorite thing to do when my kids are about ready to come home from school in that like 3 to 4 o'clock slump when everyone's miserable and I can't have coffee because it's too late. So grab your peppermint and wild orange and just experience how your brain will wake up, how awake you'll feel, how your respiratory tract feels more open, and notice also how strong it is. I didn't even use a full drop. I just touched the cap on my palm. 1 drop of doTERRA's peppermint essential oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. I know, right? So safety tip number 1 to pull from that. You do not need more than 1 to 2 drops of an essential oil at any given time. So know that with oils, less is more. To use a lot of essential oils all at once is not necessary, and it can overload the body and bring on a headache or some kind of allergic reaction. So please use oils in very, very tiny amounts, because you don't need any more than that. The other thing that's amazing about that is that in this bottle of peppermint, there are 250 drops. approximately. So imagine how many doses this tiny little guy will provide for your family. It's phenomenal. And this is a 15 milliliter size. All right, so second thing that peppermint is really awesome in supporting is digestion and nausea. And so I actually keep an empty bottle of this in my car for my little one in the back who's experiencing motion sickness. She actually just smells the empty bottle, and that is enough to help kick out her nausea. So know that unlike medications that we're familiar with, which usually only have one active ingredient, an essential oil has dozens. All of these active ingredients can support your body in different ways. And how does your body metabolize these? Well, just like they would a food. So when you use an essential oil, that essential oil is absorbed immediately into the bloodstream, and blood studies show it circulates through your body within 30 seconds. So this is just absolutely amazing to me. So when you apply that essential oil, you are benefiting your whole body with something that's full of antioxidants, cleansing, purifying, and going to really support your body naturally without causing any risk. Okay, so let's go back to the question I asked a second ago. What are the 3 ways to use essential oils? Well, I just demonstrated one. Aromatically. The field of aromatherapy in terms of essential oils is as old as mankind. You can go into any ancient civilization and you will find use of essential oils. Using them aromatically can come in many forms. It can come from just breathing it in, smelling it out of the bottle, or you can get yourself a really awesome little diffuser. So we got these and we tossed all of the humidifiers in our house because it drove me crazy that I couldn't clean them well. These little diffusers are water-based. You just fill it up with water, and this runs 4 hours on 4 to 7 drops of oil. So again, a little goes a long way, and we have these all over the house. My kids even asked for them for their Christmas present one year. So diffusers are awesome. You can also get some great diffusers on Amazon if needed. So know that there's some great options for that as well. All right, second way, topically. I experienced them topically in that I put them right on my palm and it was absorbed into my bloodstream. Topical use has many options. We would use essential oils topically if we're hoping to address something on the skin or a condition that's really localized. So for example, if I have a headache, I grab my peppermint and I just dab a little bit right there on my temples. Again, it doesn't take much. And the first time you do that, I want you to grab some kind of diluent. All right, so we're going to talk just a second about diluting oils and using carrier oils because again, remember how potent these oils are. A little goes a long way. And here's safety rule number 2. Your only risk with essential oils in topical use is that they might be too strong for your skin if it is sensitive. So this completely varies from person to person, but if you get any kind of skin irritation from applying essential oil topically, please grab a diluent or a carrier oil. Coconut oil is our favorite. I picked this up right at our local Ingles. Coconut oil, if you're familiar with it, is kind of solid. And coconut oil has amazing benefits for the skin anyway. So this became our lotion replacement. I've got it right here. I get little canning jars and I put my coconut oil in there and I stir in whatever essential oil I want, usually lavender, frankincense, and melaleuca. That combination is awesome. You will thank me if you mix this up. And it's really, really nice and smooth. So you see what happens when I put it right on my skin is that it melts and it rubs right in and is incredibly moisturizing, feels great. You can use anything as a carrier oil, however. Any vegetable oil you have, whether it be olive oil or jojoba oil or almond oil, I mean, you name it. If it's an oil-based, you can use it as a carrier. But the nice thing about coconut oil is that it isn't greasy. It isn't as greasy as olive oil, and it has a really long shelf life. So I can keep this and know that it's not going to start to develop a mold or anything. So coconut oil is one of our favorites. It also doesn't have a strong smell to it. So as soon as you add the essential oils, you can't really smell the coconut at all. It's fantastic. Second thing that you can do with topical is you can pre-mix little recipes. So now don't go crazy on me, but if you go on Pinterest, you will get overwhelmed by how many essential oil recipes you can find. This one is our current favorite. It's called the Immunity Balm. It has equal parts of oregano, On Guard, lemon, and melaleuca, about 10 drops of each. And then the rest I filled with fractionated coconut oil. So what's fractionated coconut oil? Remember that my normal coconut oil is usually solid. Fractionated coconut oil is just coconut oil that's kept liquid, and I use it only in my rollers so that it won't clog the little roller cap at the top, and we already have dilution. The awesome thing about rollers is that you can apply these safely on kids. They're pre-diluted, they're handy. My 2-year-old even has her own for her tummy troubles. She puts it on the outside of her tummy herself. But you can use these on the bottom of the feet. So if you start reading about applying essential oils to the bottom of the feet, the reason why we do that is because you have the largest pores in your body on the bottom of your feet. And when you apply an essential oil on the bottom of your feet, it circulates through that body within 30 seconds. And there are nerve endings to every major organ in the body. So if you're hoping to address something with your emotions or brain or support sleep, hit the big toe. The bottom of the big toe is a nerve ending for the brain. Usually, I just do a big circle and hope I hit the right things. But you can look up the reflexology charts, and that is so much fun to research. So if there's a condition that you are specifically hoping to address, go ahead and look up that reflexology chart so that you can see exactly where you want to put that essential oil. Another benefit of using essential oils on the bottom of the feet is that the calluses and the thickness of the soles of our feet make it very safe. You are very low risk for any kind of reaction to the essential oils when using on the bottom of your feet. So just go crazy, enjoy that completely, and go ahead and grab that. All right, third way to use essential oils is internally. I didn't grab my little glass of water, but what I would do, I do it every morning, is I pour myself a little glass of water and I grab my lemon essential oil. Again, citruses are so purifying. And this lemon oil is extracted from the peel of the fruit. Therefore, it's full of even more great constituents, antioxidants, and there's no citric acid, so it isn't going to bother your teeth. So I grab that cup of water, I drip usually 2 drops of this lemon in that water, and that is what I drink on all day. I sip lemon water all day long. So I put 1 to 2 drops every time I refill my water, and that is a great way to increase the amount of water you're drinking. It doesn't have to be lemon. You could do wild orange, you could do grapefruit, you could do any of the citruses. There's a blend called Slim and Sassy that's really great for helping support cleansing the kidney and liver, as well as supporting hunger cravings, so reducing the hunger cravings that you might be having and boosting that metabolism. So that's a really awesome one too to consider taking internally regularly. But you can take any of the essential oils internally. Quick guide to know which ones are okay is if you see supplement facts. Now, the information that you're going to get from doTERRA and on all the books and things, it will tell you as well. But if you're holding the oil in your hand and you don't know whether you're allowed to use it internally or not, just look for that supplement facts and that'll tell you. Another one that we use internally a lot is DigestZen. This one is awesome for all things reflux, stomach upset, tummy troubles. My kids, we apply the oils topically over the belly. I don't have them take oils internally, mainly because they taste really strong. So they would prefer to use them topically, and you can do the same way. They're going to be really effective either way. Or you can take it in a shot of water. So put a drop or 2 of that DigestZen in a shot of water. Or you can snag an empty veggie cap. Let's see, I thought I had them around here. I'm afraid I don't. You can buy little empty veggie cellulose caps. So you just open it right up, drip your essential oil in there, and take it like a pill, and then you don't have to take it. doTERRA offers them for, goodness, almost 200 caps, I think, or more for $4. So they're really inexpensive, and you can find those at health food stores as well. So that's internal use. Now, why would you want to use an essential oil internally versus topically? What do you think? Well, topical, remember, comes with, you need to dilute, right? And make sure that you're applying it on a place that's not sensitive. So if you take it internally, you're going to avoid that risk of skin sensitivity. That's one benefit. Personally, I only use essential oils topically on our children because it's lower risk. But another thing in terms of internal versus topical is that internally, you're getting all of that oil absorbed. So if you think about it, these are really aromatic. If I put an essential oil on my skin, some of it's going to flash off. You're going to smell it. But if you take it internally, it's going to benefit the digestive tract first, and it's all going to be absorbed. So I personally like to take them internally because I kind of hate walking around smelling like, you know, oregano or whatever oil I know that my body needs, but I don't really love the smell of. I like to take them internally for myself, but on my kids, we do it topically. Another misconception, does diluting an oil when you put it on topically decrease that oil's effectiveness? You'd think, oh yeah, if I'm diluting it, of course it's going to make it less. I need to use more essential oil. That's not the case. Diluting an essential oil actually helps hold those molecules on so that they don't flash off. So always dilute, always dilute. And if you would like more information about some of the safe ratios that you can try, I can definitely snag those for you as well. All right, so you can use oils aromatically. That's a great way for respiratory tract and emotions. You can use them topically. That's great for local support. Put it on the bottom of your feet. Always dilute. Or you can use them internally to benefit the digestive tract. Pressing frankincense, for example, under the tongue. If you use it orally, like right in your mouth in a little shot of water, or press it under the tongue, that is my migraine buster. It's awesome. So if you are dealing with a migraine or a headache or even a panic attack, this frankincense has brought me back from a panic attack before. Frankincense, I could go on and on about, but this one is really phenomenal for supporting any inflammation in the brain and the spine. Can also cross that blood-brain barrier. So frankincense is one I would love for you to go Google so that you can see all the amazing things that frankincense can do for you. And then internally use it for the digestive tract. You can either put it in a shot of water and drink it, or you can put it in a little veggie cap and swallow it without having to taste it. So I want to go ahead and fast forward then, talk just a couple oils, and then we will wrap it up. All right, On Guard. I haven't mentioned On Guard yet. This is our best friend in our home right now. On Guard is an essential oil that is great for boosting the immune system. So we diffuse this one. If there are germs around, we apply it topically on the bottom of the feet so that we prevent and protect our kids from catching what's going around their school right now. It's part of an immunity bomb that we use, that even if we are starting to get a cold or a sickness of some kind. So ask me for that. I showed it to you. This is that immunity bomb, right? I actually just refilled it this morning because we've been going through it pretty quickly around here this February 2018. So know that On Guard is one of the most popular oils because it's so phenomenal at boosting the immune system. I actually add it to a shot of water when I get a sore throat. The other thing that's amazing about On Guard is that it is an incredible cleaner. It's shown to kill MRSA staph infection. One drop in a 32 ounce of water killed MRSA staph infection on a countertop without even scrubbing it off. And then they couldn't regrow the MRSA for full 6 days. What's in it, right? You're thinking, oh my gosh, that must be so dangerous. It isn't. All it is orange, cinnamon, clove. To me, it smells like Christmas. So On Guard is a phenomenal one to have around, and everyone I know loves it. You remember when I told you my story about the oil that first worked so well, I couldn't believe that I had never heard of these things before? Well, that oil was Breathe. Breathe is our respiratory beauty. It smells like eucalyptus and menthol, and it's just a beautiful one for opening airways. So this is one that I diffuse a lot if we've got the cough or the crud, or if it's starting to act like it's getting in the chest. This one will help open airways. You can diffuse it, or you can apply it topically diluted on the chest there. Peppermint, we go through super fast. Again, I mentioned for headaches. It'll even bring down your temperature a little bit. So if you're having any kind of a hot flash, or if your kiddo's starting to get warm because they're fighting something off, you can dilute that peppermint, put it on the back of the neck, put it on the temples, not on kids, don't put it on their face, they'll be too strong for their eyes. You can drink this in a shot of water for a breath mint. It'll help settle the stomach. I could go on and on. We use peppermint. Another one I want to mention is lavender. Lavender is another oil that we go through very quickly in our home. I actually keep it in my kitchen because I move too fast and I burn myself all the time. So right out of the oven, grabbing the handle, burn all over the hand, just touch that lavender right on it. I don't even dilute because I'm panicking, right? And it didn't blister up. It didn't sting anymore. And I used to keep an aloe plant in the kitchen, but it could not compare. So lavender oil is one that I cannot do without. I carry this in my purse because if the kids get a bee sting or a bug bite in the summertime, especially scratches and cuts, we touch that lavender right on it. It's immediately soothing. Paired with that is melaleuca. I don't know why I didn't grab my bottle, but it has a green label. Melaleuca, you might have heard of as tea tree oil. We pair melaleuca and lavender together a lot. It's really great for ear health. So helping support your ears, helping prevent any kind of infection on a cut. So you can combine the two and just dab it right on any kind of injury. Put it around the eyes in a really big C if you're experiencing what looks like pink eye and you want to prevent that from coming or spreading to your other kiddos. What else do we use it for? We grab that lavender and melaleuca for a lot of things. You can put it in the bath. Those two together are very calming in the bath. Melaleuca is one that lice don't like. So I know a lot of parents who add it or put it in a spray. You can either add it to the shampoo that your kids or your family's using, or you can put it in a spray bottle and squirt them in their backpack as they're going off to school if you know that it's in the classroom. So that's that melaleuca that we love as well. Frankincense I mentioned already, but I'm going to say it again. This one's awesome. Please Google it so you can see some of the incredible things that frankincense can benefit. And then there are many others. Digesten I mentioned. This was actually my husband's favorite, and the one that finally got him to stop calling this my voodoo. So I think Digesten is awesome because my husband finally converted. But he was on all kinds of reflux stuff, medication, eating a bottle of Tums a week, and I was done. So I told him, I was like, try this for just 2 weeks. And he would put 2 drops in a little shot of water. He tried one. Sometimes the second one falls in there. And he didn't need those meds anymore, and he didn't even need the Digesten. So this one's a really great one. And again, you can use it internally or you can use it topically. So if you eat something at a restaurant, it disagrees with you, have your Digesten with you. I promise you will love it. All right, let me go back to our screen share real quickly and we will wrap it up. Again, I want to ask you very, very specifically and passionately, please reach out to me if you run into any questions that I have not been able to answer today. I want to respect your time. There's all kinds of resources available. I showed you this Modern Essentials book. There's also another one, The Essential Life. It looks like this. Also really awesome, not as easy to reference, but it has some great recipes in it. Keep them out of your eyes, ears, and nose. Watch out for skin sensitivity. Do not use stronger doses. So the rule with oils is, and write this down, less is more often. So instead of using 5 drops, 10 drops all at once, use 1 drop every 15 minutes if you're dealing with a big or acute case. So less, more frequently over time is much easier for your body to metabolize and handle than using a lot all at once. The other thing that's neat is that oils actually have a synergy with each other. So you can combine different oils without concern. It actually enhances their benefits. So an example there is, like I mentioned, frankincense crosses the blood-brain barrier. If you apply frankincense with lavender on the bottom of your feet, hitting that big toe, now you are able to calm the brain directly. So lavender is all things calming. Frankincense is great for inflammation in the brain and spine. So if you need sleep support, that is a beautiful combination to start with. And there are lots of options if sleep is something that you want to tackle. And lastly, don't store oils in plastic or styrofoam. Because they're so strong, they will discolor them. And often those kinds of cups have petrochemicals. And so the lemon and things, they're going to actually break down those petrochemicals and break down your cup. Remember back when I showed you the price list. doTERRA is set up like a Costco membership I mentioned. You remember that? The one-time $35 fee. And you get 25% off wholesale access for a year. If you are ready for a collection of essential oils and you want to waive that $35 fee altogether, these kits are for you. So this is the best way to save on a collection to start, as well as waive that $35 fee and still get your wholesale access. So the first one that is my absolute favorite kit is this Home Essentials kit. And you're actually saving over $85 just by buying this collection versus buying each of these individually. The reason I love this kit in particular is the frankincense. One 15 milliliter of frankincense is $93 retail. $93 all by itself. And ain't nobody got that kind of money. So in this kit, you're going to get that full bottle of frankincense. And frankincense is one that, again, I've challenged you to Google it. Please see why I think that one is so very valuable. Every other oil in this kit we have mentioned today and is very, very beneficial. Oregano is our big gun that comes out when we are battling something. And then Deep Blue, I didn't mention this one. Deep Blue is an incredible oil that's great for muscles, inflammation, joint pain. It smells like wintergreen, so you're going to smell like a piece of wintergreen gum. And it just works so well on joints and pains and pulled muscles. That one is also a gateway oil for many people who are dealing with pain issues. It also has that diffuser that I mentioned. So this is a fantastic gift. And we've got lots of promotions available this month if that's something that you're interested in. Another one, for those of you who are ready to totally overhaul your home in terms of natural products, this is the one you want. It has all the good oils. It has vitamins. I didn't mention the vitamins, but I'm going to do a separate class on that here soon. We mentioned that essential oils could benefit every level of that pyramid except for one. Did you figure out which one? Eating right. None of these oils have any calories in them. Isn't that great? You can eat something with no calories. But on the flip side, it doesn't have any of the micronutrients or nutritional value that your body needs and isn't getting even from organic food the way it used to 2 generations ago. So if you're looking for an amazing food-based vitamin, this is one to consider. It has 3 components. They're all really easy to take and absorb. They're little things. And the thing that compelled me as I did my research, of course I had to research it, right? doTERRA offers a guarantee that if you don't feel different after 30 days on this supplement, then you can return the empty bottles for a full refund. That was enough for me to want to try it. And now I can't live without it. I deal with adrenal fatigue. Again, a story for another day. But if I don't take my vitamin in the morning, I can hardly function in the afternoon. It makes such a night and day difference for my energy and for my health. Natural Solutions Kit has that. Also has their shampoo and conditioner, a fancier diffuser that runs longer, all your On Guard cleaners, so you keep your house really nice and clean, and additional promotional benefits. Please ask me if you're interested in that one. I will tell you all the goodies you get with that one, which add up to hundreds of dollars, let's be honest. 2 other kits that I really like. This Family Essentials Kit is exactly the same as the previous Home Essentials Kit, except the bottles are smaller. So the Home Essentials Kit has the full 15 milliliter bottle, but the ones in this kit are 5 milliliter bottle. So why is there a price difference? Because you're getting the same oils, but you're only getting 1/3 in amount of each one. So again, for me, the frankincense in this Home Essentials Kit is worth the boost in price simply because I'm getting 3 times as much of all of these oils in comparison to this kit. But it is a fantastic one if you're on a tighter budget or you're still skeptical. I love a skeptic. So rock on. I'm going to convince you one of these days. The Family Wellness Kit, I like this one, sorta. I love that all of these oils are provided in the touch form. So if you're not a do-it-yourselfer, they're in a roller bottle already that's pre-diluted, so they're safe to go ahead and start using on kids. You're going to get a great probiotic for your children. They taste like pixie sticks. They're awesome. And you're going to get your vitamins for yourself and your vitamins for your kids. So this one is awesome for your family, particularly kids. The reason why I don't love this one is that you can't use any of these touch oils in a diffuser because they're already in these roller bottles that you can't really open up and put in a diffuser. You also can't take any of these internally, again, because they're in a roller cap. So, so this is a great option if you really want to just do it topically, safely on kids and have that great nutritional base for them. All right, so we'll finish up. How do you enroll? Reach out to me directly, and we can do it either over the phone, or we can do a wellness consultation, talk through your specific issues and what might be a good fit for you. Or you can go to my website, mydoterra.com/Rachel M. Hyder. There will be a little option on the top right that says join and save. You'll want to choose the wholesale option. And then once it gets to the part where it's talking about enroll or sponsor, there should be a little button that says verify ID, and you'll see my name, Rachel Hyder, pop up. It should autofill for you, but go ahead and click that verify ID and make sure the name showed up properly. I will give you a free keychain. And with an enrollment, and then an order the following month, I'll give you the information of that after the first order goes through. I will send you that book for free. This month is also unique because you have a really incredible opportunity to take part in what's called the New Year, New You promotion. So I am going to give you an exclusive promo code that you can use with your enrollment over 100 PV, about $100. All of these kits apply. And that promo code is FEB, F-E-B, DDR-XUM. Okay, so FEB, DDR-XUM. That promotion code is good for the next 3 days, and if you type that in with your new enrollment, then you can decide to place a second $100 order next month, and they will give you $100 in free oil points for free. So I'll give you more information about that, but save that promo code so that you can decide to take advantage of that in March. Again, it's FEB, F-E-B, DDR-XUM. All right, so that's the promotion code you need. Make sure you get that in there. Today's the 12th, before the 14th, before the 15th. The 14th, you can still apply that. All right, I want to thank you all so much for your time. Two last things to add. Join our Facebook group. It's Essential Wellness Carolina. We love the community there, and you can ask any essential oil questions you have on that group. Or ask to be part of my email newsletter. I'm going to be sending out little videos like this, lots of education. And of course, you can email me directly, and we can set up a free wellness consultation over the phone or via chat, however is most convenient for you. I would love to get to meet you and share more about these essential oils with you all. All right, so reach out to me. Let me know if you run into any questions. And my hope and my prayer for you all today is that you will start with some essential oils in your home and see yourself set free from a lot of the synthetics and chemicals that bombard our bodies every day. Let me know if you need anything. I'm always here and happy to take part in that. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for your time.